everyone to our episode number 15 of Drops of Wisdom. In today's episode, we are going to discuss and dive deep into the energy paradox by Stephen Gundry. That's the book that we are going to discuss, and we are going to go into the topic of fasting and activating your energy. That's how fasting is going to allow you to cause a little stress in your body so that you can have the energy that you require. Instead of seeing stress as a diminishing component of your life, you can instead activate a new level of awareness and use stress as a fuel to boost your metabolic resilience to create more energy. Adding a moderate level of stress to your eating patterns by fasting is the most ancient and powerful tool to attain a stronger metabolic flexibility in terms of letting some resources to be replenished, detoxify toxins, and use reserves to gain strength. What is the main quote and the main idea that we have to acquire in terms of the fasting that you are going to start testing in your life? A biological law known as the Byphasic dose response states that our bodily systems are turned on by a low dose of stress, making them work more efficiently. It's a new morning, and instead of bursting with energy for the day ahead, you can barely get up. The energy is simply not there. Sounds familiar? You are not alone. There's a lot of people that is struggling to get energy from their bodies because we live in an age of plenty, but many of us feel more exhausted than ever before. The accessibility and the readiness of the processed food is amazing, and that's why we are struggling to have healthier choices. We have 24-hour access to food, giving us energy whenever we want. Our lifestyles don't require much energy relative to our ancestors, and even less because nowadays there are a lot of sedentary lifestyles that many people have. They are seated more than 8 or 10 hours per day, and they don't even move or take breaks to activate their bodies. Yet it feels like a struggle just to get through the week. Why? What is happening? Whether you are feeling a little tired every day or so tired that it's difficult to function, that's your body telling you that something inside is wrong. Believe it or not, you may be suffering from inflammation. Now, inflammation isn't always bad. It wards off nasty invaders, usually leading to fever when you are sick. But when you are suffering from unexplained fatigue, the sign of inflammation is that your body is constantly telling you that you are tired, even when there is no infection to fight. Inflammation affects your energy level in two ways. First, it depletes your body of energy, which directs it to create the inflammation process. Second, it makes it more difficult to your body to absorb vital proteins, vitamins, and minerals from food, and it doesn't have enough resources for also many of the mental processes that you require to be focused and to have attention in your life. If this malabsorption goes on for too long, your body becomes desperate, taking protein from your muscles for energy, and this leads to muscle wastage, as your body literally eats itself. What causes this chronic inflammation process? That it is a cycle. Our Western lifestyles are to blame. A typical Western diet has a high level of processed foods and extremely low levels of fibrous fruits and vegetables. Rather than spacing 3 meals throughout a 24-hour day, you can shorten the window to an 8 to 10 hour frame of eating. So instead of eating breakfast at 8 a.m., lunch at 1 p.m., and dinner around 8 p.m., you can start to have your first meal at around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., your second meal at 4 p.m., and your last by 9. So the idea here is to extend the window of fasting. You can do it in intervals of 20 or 30 minutes and up to the level of 16 hours of fasting. That's what is recommended, and that's where most of the benefits are going to be seen in your body, and your metabolism is going to switch fuels to using more of the fat and producing more ketone bodies. Those ketone bodies are much better for the energy of your brain. So you will have more alertness, you will have more energy, not only in your body, but also in your brain. You might worry about making it throughout the day without breakfast, but don't worry, you really have energy. The, the body is designed to give you energetic mornings. It even produces adrenaline and glucose to rev you up from the day before, so don't worry that you won't have energy. What are the recommendations in terms of also making a more resilient and expansive microbiota population? Well, I will recommend you two types of foods that are working to expand your microbiota. Prebiotic fiber foods. Some examples of those foods are legumes, beans, peas, oats, bananas, and berries. And the postbiotic foods are high fiber foods like oats, flaxseed, seaweed, and garlic. Those are some of the basic examples that you can start consuming in your diet, and they will first warm up your microbiota to produce a much better digestion, and in the post stage of the food you are going to help it to make more variety of the population of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that you have inside of this microbiota, and those will allow you to have much better neurotransmitters and immune messengers to defend your body for any kind of infection. I hope that these tips and this knowing of your metabolism and the ways you can improve it help you to have a different level of energy throughout your days. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we will listen to each other in our next episode. Thank you. If you like it, if it resonates with you, help me to share this kind of information. Bye.